Have you ever fantasized about killing someone? What would it feel like after everything was over? Would you regret it? Would you feel fear, or joy, or maybe even pleasure? I always wondered that. I never could see myself coming to terms with answering that question. Not until a few days ago.
In other news, local man Seth Wilson is being released from police custody today after spending 7 years in county. Mr. Wilson was convicted with driving while intoxicated and involuntary manslaughter back in 2000. After allegedly swerving into oncoming traffic and colliding with another vehicle. Mr. Wilson struck the vehicle head-on, resulting in the fatality of a Mrs. Ava Hanilo, who was projected from her vehicle at the time of impact. Was pinned against a tree for several hours. She is survived by her husband Rick and her 2 children, Gabriel and Lucille. More on this after.
It's been 7 years. 7 long years since I lost her. Since I lost everything. My lovely Ava. She was on her way from the grocery store the night he hit her. Head-on collision. She was still alive when I got there. Thrown over the hood of the car like some prized animal, pinned against a tree. The paramedic said I only had a few moments to say goodbye. I held her hand until she left me. I can still feel her hand in mine from time to time. She told me how much she loved me. She told me that it wasn't my fault, that it wasn't anyone's fault. I held her hand and listened. It was all I could do. I bet you don't even remember that night. What happened to her, how she looked, the blood, my face when she finally left me. When she let go, I bet you don't remember. She told me to let it go, let it all go, but I couldn't. Every day I wondered why me, why her. Every day I tried to reason with it, but nothing came. Nothing but pain and suffering. So I reasoned with myself that this was the only way. She meant the world to me, like these people do. But you still have these people. You still have the privilege of waking up every morning knowing these people are still alive, still here.
Please. Just get it over with already. We can't take this anymore. Every day, I've asked myself, why me? Why was I the one who got to live? I was trying to kill myself that night. Your wife. Your wife wasn't even supposed to be there. I'm so sorry.
Everything had been leading up to this moment. The pain, the anguish, all added up to this exact moment. And yet, I couldn't find myself to pull the trigger. All I could do was stand there and look into his eyes and see the sorrow. The same sorrow I felt all those years before. The same sorrow that haunted my life every day for the last 7 years. And yet, I couldn't find myself to pull the trigger. Maybe this is what Ava meant. Maybe this is what it feels like to let go.